streets? Me. Who driving heat? Me. Who like the city? Or pull up that Billy truck? Right to them, I pick up my seat. Me. Who driving this shit through the water? Me. Who really driving that fight? Me. Back on the water, they listen when I speak. Who got the key to the streets? Me. They was screaming free Meek, now Meek free, just trying to hope.
Oh man, Legends of the Nightlife podcast. I'm very, very happy, very honored to have the honorable and overall talented producer / club owner, Mr. Luc Stephen. Yeah, that's my insert, the applause, you know. I got you with the production value.
That's all good.
So everything is good with you. Definitely glad to have you on. We were having conversations, lastly, more in the film realm, and I've definitely liked what you've done in the film space, and you've really carved out something that a lot of people would dream to have in terms of the impact and being able to just continuously do projects. I definitely want to go back for those who don't know everything about you or enough about you that are people probably just coming in. Just let me know how we connect, if you remember.
We connected because I think when Vibes first started, I had a couple of restaurants before, and they kind of went under. So my man that owned Vibes, he was like, "Why don't you come over here and partner up with me?" And that's what we did. So, I never knew the impact of your promoting until that day. Because he was like, oh my God, where's all these kids coming from? And it was just crazy.
And how long?
Crazy up and down.
How long had you owned Vibes already before up until that point, or partnered in there?
Owner. Well, Vibes was the Van Wyck Sports Bar, so it's been there for years. It was a sports bar.
And for everybody that doesn't know, the pod is very big Queens. That's Liberty and right by Rockaway and the Van Wyck, yes.
Liberty and the Van Wyck.
Liberty and the Van Wyck. If you know, you know.
I'll understand. I'll take that in mind so I can be more explaining when I'm giving you my answers. So,
yeah, for sure.
So Vibes became like a lounge, it was a sports bar. So after I was doing my restaurants, he started seeing how the restaurants is. So, a lot of things might have happened when it was a sports bar before, I mean, we're in South Jamaica, these things happen, you know what I'm saying? It's part of our everyday life.
Facts.
What they say, niggas get shot, B. You know what I'm saying?
Every day, B.
Yeah, every day, B. So, he wanted to change into a restaurant, and it was like an opportunity for me to come into it, and it was a lot bigger than the ones I had, except for the one in Atlanta, but he understood the liquor aspect and the club aspect of the business, which I had no knowledge. So in turn, I was helping him as far as how to do a restaurant, and he was showing me how to do a club because I never had experience. I party promoted, but never like, you gotta get the liquor, you gotta get the bartenders, you gotta make everything work. So it's a very hard business. It's not an easy business, but then again, nothing in life is easy. Everything's gonna be hard, no matter what you do, unless you fed with a silver spoon, and that's something I wasn't spared with.
Nah, that's facts. I definitely want to go into your story. You kind of went into how we got connected, and it was, that was my birthday party. That was October 30th, October 31st is my actual birthday, but I believe it was like one of those days. It was like 2016, I would say, just for context in terms of time. But that was like the beginning of me having like big birthday events. It was a costume party.
It was crazy.
And what do you remember? Do you remember anything specific about that event? I remember, because let me see what you remember.
What I remember is you had so many people. It's like the second floor roof was going to cave in on the first floor. We was like, listen, no more young people. We got to stick to the old people. Like, where did all these people come from? Because when you spoke to me, I'm not looking for nothing crazy. I'm like, this guy probably going to get 100 people in there. Next thing I know, they coming from all over the planet, like droves. I'm like, where is all these kids? We got to call more security. Like, what's going on here? It was just crazy, bro. It was crazy.
I remember that exact vibe. We were very afraid. We got some video too, man. We got video. One day I'll show it to you. It's me, Darren Skrills. We up there, and then we're like, oh yeah, they said they're gonna call a fire marshal. Anybody who's not 21 and up, you got to go downstairs. It was ridiculous. We had a good amount of people. That was a lot of St. John's people came out. That was our main crowd at that time. Have you done anything up there on that top level of vibes, like party wise, since then?
Like now it's. I mean, but nothing of that abundance.
But you still have stuff up there?
Yeah, I just had a watch party for self destruction. So yeah,
Okay.
Vibes is different now. So the bottom is cut in half.
Hmm.
Because they're going to make the other side to go, and the side that's to go is just going to be strictly for online
Okay.
ordering. Um, but the upstairs was done over, the downstairs is done over. You got to come over there
Yeah, no,
and
that's what
check
I was
it
about
out.
to say. Definitely speaking about vibes, that location, man, it's just it's historic to me. It'll always be. If you're from Queens or you're just from New York, if you're ever in Queens, the chicken and waffles, the different types of food that you guys serve is very good. I want everybody to, if you around vibe, you got to get a
Yeah, yeah,
plate. The Rasta
you got to come
pasta.
through it. The Rasta pasta. I'll put it like this: within this must be 6 years. So it went from before it became the restaurant being one of the worst places that the police would be looking at or stuff to happen to.
Hmm.
This is the safest zone in all of Queens where this
Facts.
restaurant is. Because
Oh
Merrick
yeah,
is
vibe.
just tearing stuff up.
Nah, facts. Different parts of the world and different parts of each other's neighborhoods. Definitely, we do have some self destruction going on. Good way to,
Yes, good way to put
plug
it.
into that. Over there is definitely a sanctioned area. I've not really had no issues out there. Food is great. Do y'all still got hookah?
No, no hookah.
No
I
hookah.
mean,
All right, cool.
they probably do it on a maybe special occasions if someone is doing a party, but on a
Yeah,
regular basis, nah, we don't
yeah. But
have
the
it.
food and the drinks are good enough because that
Yeah,
bar, I got some pretty good drinks there too.
yeah. It's like a family run
Hmm.
business, and
Hmm.
it's small, and they rather keep it safe than sorry. So
No, for sure.
they don't work on greed. They just work on quality.
No, they do.
So
When I'm back in Queens, I'll be visiting up there when I go to see my grandmother and whatnot, check on the house. I'm definitely gonna check in with you, see if I can, either get a plate or see what's going on. Maybe it might be another movie
definitely,
release coming
definitely
out.
come through. When next month better than my last comes out.
Okay.
But
Yes, I saw that.
this right here is self destruction. So we
Yeah.
trying to make that. We're not trying to make it. We're hoping. We've gotten good reports coming in. Everybody seems to like it.
Hmm.
So it might have a hit.
No, for
Like
sure.
artists waiting for that hit. Like, oh shit, they feeling it. Like, that's what's up. So the more people know about it, the more
Hmm.
people it'll be. I know you
No,
got that
thanks.
long. I know you got that long contact list right there.
Anybody who talks to me, I want them to know about it. I'm always gonna say, yo, this is what's up. Let's talk more about self destruction, man. We got Wavy's World, Wave on Waters. That's my
Hmm.
guy. I see you got Kai Baby in there. You got Coco. You got a lot of people that I've either know of or worked with in a sense like that. And, that's what I like too. These are really like local stars, people that people see on
Yeah,
Instagram and now get to see them on a bigger screen. I love to see it. Like I said, I'm always an advocate for social media individuals making that transition into film because, that's what they are. They're content creators, but they're actors. And the concept from what I got from when I watched Self-Destruction was the white man is making his money in our hood.
hmm,
And, we kind of, without knowing, we're trying to rob or trying to get money back to give back to the hood. And then you kind of realize that this money that we're kind of giving away is helping somebody else's whole infrastructure and building up.
yes,
And it's
exactly.
basically, yeah. And we're pretty much now, at first, taking it back, but then also at the same time, I do like some of the notions of like the funny things. Like it's very common right now in the, I guess you would say the white comedy or white space in general. They do have a lot of individuals who make fun of the fact that white people kind of like want to be like black people. So with like the
Hmm.
white Hebrew lights on the Kali
Yes,
block, that type of funny type of character arc or just type of character individual. I would say more character build in terms of that and just little funny things like Wavy is just great in comedy and just in acting in space. I like what he did with the role as a artist and just bringing out, putting out a movie. I know that Tubi must be very a great place to go because I watched it and I had probably like 3 or 4 ad breaks, but I didn't even notice it. I could actually get through the
hmm.
whole movie. It wasn't like super like interrupting, and then when it came, it was gone already. Tell me about that. How many projects have you done up before Self Destruction? Which one is that one?
Okay, so I started like in 2016.
Hmm.
That's when I started doing film. Actually, I caught the bug like in the early 2000s, like 2007, 2008 with the American Gangster series.
Oh yes.
Um, So being on that, I kind of caught the bug, but I really got serious because I tried to be a promoter at first.
Okay.
And comedy shows and the parties, and those didn't seem to really work out too good for me whenever I did them. And I was kind of like looking for something to do. And Chaz Williams, who was another great party promoter also, um, he came to me and he had someone that had a camera, and we was trying to we got together and we were sort of like, we're going to do something to emulate. It was the inspiration came from Money and Violence. Money and Violence
Okay.
had a web series. It was hidden.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember around that time. Oh, yes, yes.
the production was
Okay.
kind of not to the best, and so I always said, okay, I'm gonna work on production. So we came out
Yeah,
with a series amongst ourselves, and it was
yeah.
called
Was that Pray Before You Eat?
Pray Before You Eat. Yes,
Yep. Okay, I know where I'm at now.
and that's when I started with Coco Kaya.
Yeah.
That was their first
I
time
believe Chambers was in
coming
that too,
together.
right?
Chambers was in part two.
Okay, part 2. Okay, we just talked to Chambers a
Yeah.
couple days ago, so everything
Oh yeah,
connecting, so it's good.
he's the promo guy. He's the promotional wizard now.
Yeah,
He's
doing his
definitely
thing.
doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Facts.
Mr. Chambers.
So Pray Before You Eat 1 came out, and that was your first mini series that you did. Okay, cool. And then you did
Pray Before You Eat two.
2.
And then I wanted to do something different besides the Bang Bang, so I did Circles with Sweet Tea. Me and her co-wrote that together. That was a short film.
Okay.
You know, it won an award at some festivals. It went to a lot of other different festivals. It's a pretty good short film, and Coco was in that film also. And
Okay, great.
Roy
Amazing
Raps.
actress.
Yeah, Coco and Roy Raps. So from there, I did Sister's Keeper for Shaft. That was the
Okay.
first budget that I got outside of ourselves. So shout out to him. He's the one that gave me the first shot of
Shaft, and for people who don't know, you talking about Shaft, Cardi B's ex-manager?
Cardi B's ex-manager Shaft. He now has she's not her celebrity no more. I think she's Trina.
Okay.
And Tina. I'm not sure which one, but I don't want to mess it up. And Josh X. And there's a lot more people. He's just gotten into gospel now also, so he has a gospel
Okay.
group.
No, yeah, that just because I hear it, I already know, but for other people, they're gonna be like, who's Shaft?
His history is deep. He had Little Kim first.
Yeah, see, they even there. I might have to talk to him next. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm talking to all the legends, so it's perfect. He's definitely somebody that I remember. We met him back in like 2017. I think Cardi was in like Perlu at that time or something like that, 2016, 2017. But she was hosting. She wasn't like dancing or nothing. But I just remember that day. Yeah, and Perlu got shot up like maybe like some point after that, and then it never opened up again. It was an old strip club in Queens, y'all. For y'all don't know. Now, which one was the one that had Hassan Johnson in it?
Well, that comes out next month.
That's better than my last.
Better than my last. That drops next month.
Okay.
It's already in the chambers. It's going through Man Robinson distribution, and we don't have the exact date, but it is October.
Oh wow, that's fire. I'm a movie guy, man. You definitely caught the bug earlier, and you have way more experience in terms of actually producing films and creating. But like I said, I probably caught the movie bug probably like 2020. Like right after the pandemic, right when the pandemic started, promotion was kind of like not the lane that I was trying to go to. I was already kind of fading out of the promoter world in 2019 a little. By 2020, I was like, all right, well, pandemic came. I stopped working at Delta, and I pretty much was like, yo, I want to learn a skill that I love and something I'm passionate about. And I got into directing, pretty much learning, reading books, and just trying to like kind of put myself through a little pandemic school with my boys. We ended up shooting some content. I didn't put it out. It's a short called Mans that I did with Wavy and Coco and Holly. Me and Wavy, we worked together on projects. I like that he's, you're getting stuff out for him to put in his reel and stuff like that. Cause I know they probably like, yo, where that project at we shot in 2021? I'm like, it's not.
Wavy's a good actor.
Nah, yeah, he's great.
I got 7 Sins that's going to be dropping on Tubi probably in November.
Okay.
3 episodes. He's in that one too.
Fire.
Right now it's on the Plug Network, but it's going to Tubi.
Okay.
November.
The Plug Network, is that subscription based? You just have to have it?
Yeah, that's subscription based.
Okay.
So I'm trying to. I've suggested to them that they go to AVOD Rock because you're not beating Tubi right now. Tubi got 50 million people a day looking through that site, so it's free. No one is going to pay anything when they can get it for free.
It's a different marketplace. I've been hearing a lot of things about the creator marketplace and how like Tubi is like a major place for us to now be able to drop our shorts any projects, there's less resistance and you get so many eyes. Is Better Than My Last gonna come out on Tubi?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good to know, just so
Better,
everybody
better,
knows.
better than my last is coming out on Tubi. I'm gonna have a screening for Sin. That's the movie with Lou Gossett in November. A joint that I did in conjunction with Dennis Reed D2 Productions, which comes out in December, called Cream. And I got
Okay.
some of the Tubi goddesses in there. So it's like actors from Detroit, actors from New York, actors from North Carolina, actors from South
Ooh.
Carolina. It's a whole mixture. It's a whole vibe. The movie's gonna be crazy. I was just going in through some edits. It must, like, when in fact, once I finish speaking to you, I got to look at the last third of the movie to see how that is, to get that approved, because we're trying to drop in December with that, and
It's
that's gonna be
fire.
dope. It's gonna be dope. That's gonna be a dope movie. So, and
Yeah,
that
man,
comes
I
out on
like it.
Tubi in December.
Definitely. So you definitely got a nice little lineup of films that are going to drop one after the other. So we will be fed throughout this winter
Yes.
series, and that'll be good, man. People need to see and actually watch certain things that are not what they're used to watching. Because some people, they need to see what Tubi has to offer and actually be able to put
They
their eyes behind some other creative stuff.
they do have the catalog is very large. You just gotta search for what you want, and I'm sure
That's
that
what
it's
it
on
is.
there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they got everything now. So,
Yeah.
and again, as far as the independent film creators, it's a place now. Their QC is getting more rigid.
Mm.
So just like when Netflix started, you see different projects that might have been
Yeah.
like, how this get on there? So
Uh,
again, they're
so now
upping.
okay.
Oh yeah, they're upping it. They're upping
Okay.
it.
Okay. That's
Which
what's up.
means I sub distribute also, so that means that I have to up what I'm putting on, because my my banner or my intro for my company, Second Chance, goes on top of those movies. So
That's a
if
fact.
if I have a team, when I guess when you were promoting, you got your squad, your whole squad got to look good. You can't be the only one looking good. So
Facts.
I can't be. I'm looking for. I'm trying to do doper and doper content. I'm looking for people that's doing dope content, so they can be part of the Second Chance family. Boom, and we're up on Tubi.
Nah, that's fire. I love film, and I always have an input in terms of just watching things. I like self-destruction. You got a couple references, little underground references, like
Yes, to me.
Martin X, King Boulevard, and the rapper in Vibes, he got shot. He said, get your
Oh,
hand out of my pocket.
yes, yes, yes,
Oh, I
yes.
don't want to spoil. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that. No spoilers. No
No,
spoilers.
no. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, man. You just got to look. It's one thing I'll note, and some people catch it and they don't. The track guns. So if you remember, Obama used to give out phones. It was called track phones.
Okay. Yeah.
And people said, hey, they're going to use the track. So the idea in the movie, if you notice, he's giving away guns if you have a felon, but you have to shoot that gun once a month.
Yep.
Hence self-destruction. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So,
Well,
so
I like that.
yeah, we put stuff in there like that. I was also glad to bring in Life Camp, which is run by Erica Ford, and King of Kings, which is run by the Furtado brothers. And at the end, when people is turning in the ill stuff to walk a straight line, they were part of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is what they do in the communities today.
No.
So
Yeah.
I was glad to get them to jump into that. But I just like the film, man. It's humorous, and its message is there if you want to catch them.
Nah,
And
for
if you
real.
just want to laugh, you could just laugh.
Yeah, I love it. I was kind of also seeing the satire that you guys were kind of doing on the gang, the Smurfs, and I like the
Hmm.
Operation Gargamel. If you know about the Smurfs,
Hmm.
Gargamel, that villain in the Smurfs. So just little stuff like that. It was cool to see. Like from my age range, it was well made for somebody like me to be entertained. So, like I said, I was like,
I
okay,
appreciate that.
cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. I could feel that there was thought put into it in terms of putting
Well,
together something
well,
that is fresh.
yeah. Well, actually, the way that went was that a friend of mine's, Christopher Bug Out. Well, we call him Bug Out. So he was part of the Pray Before You Eat team, and he made a song, and he got Kaya and a whole bunch of the different rappers to come together and make a song, because a lot of stuff was going on with the gangs and everything else, and they did the song Self Destruction. And
Uh,
he was like, "Yo, Luke, I want to do a comedy, but I want to do a music based on, I want to do a script based on my song." I said, okay, give me the song. I called my girl AB. She's from Baltimore, out in California. She's the director of Sin. Told her what the play was. Sent her the song. Her father, and a significant other. They put their pen games to work, and that's what they came out with. And they brought me a great script to work with, and then I just had to cast the players. After I read the script, it was like, who did I want to play who did I want where, and I got a shout out to Bug Out and P, because they was just like, they gave me free reign and they trusted my vision. They didn't get in the way at all of anything.
So you directed and produced?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I like it. I'm interested in to see people on the screen that we're used to seeing, but in actual acting roles. So it was good. Like I was glad to see that.
They was all like it was only one person turned me down to be in that movie.
Okay.
And that
You're
was
not gonna tell us
because that. No, that was Tiffany.
Oh.
Trinity Tiff, because of her schedule, she was doing something else, and the part I wanted her to do. The part with the old ladies, I wanted her to do her granny character.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And she was probably like, I got to do something else, because when I read it, I was just like, that's who I want. And I called her, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh, no, I can't do this time. And I was just like, okay, probably wasn't a big enough part. But when I read it, that's who I thought of with the granny, with the old ladies and the shooting. I was like, okay. And
yeah, the old lady scenes was always popular. Like, it was always something. The old lady. Please, when y'all see it. You guys got to watch that on Tubi, man. The land of many Lakeishas.
Yeah.
I definitely like it. Self-destruction, man. For sure.
Make it a hood classic.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I just feel like eyes. People just need to see what's going on. They'll just kind of watch the next thing. Because I'm definitely gonna watch Better Than My Last. Question: how did you link up with Hassan Johnson? Because for those who don't know, like actors, he played Weebay in The Wire, and everybody knows his face from like memes and stuff too. But how did you?
He played in The Wire, and then he played in 50's joint. So how I got in touch with that is Shamela T. Davis introduced me to a director friend of hers. I'm doing my thing with the film, and she's like, Luke, I want to introduce you to someone. So she introduced me to Sean Baker. Sean Baker, Don Juan had a project which is loose basically on his life. Don Juan is from Brooklyn, has a clothing store. He lives in Atlanta now. Good person. I'm supposed to be doing a documentary of him sooner or later. But anyway, they penned the joint, and basically it was my first big project. And I'm Haitian. I'm from South Jamaica, so I work hard.
Shout out to Zoes.
I came in as a production manager and a co-producer, and just worked my way into being a producer. And that was my first lesson of the real game, because before that, I was just doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly what I was doing. You read YouTube, you do whatever. Now I'm getting lessons, because now I'm around pros.
Nice.
Hassan is a pro. Sean is a pro. I met DC on there. I met Frank on there, who is my DP today. I met Quan, and we have a really great friendship. We did another movie that's coming out called Our Worst Day Ever, which is more like a movie documentary about the violence that was going on back then, right before COVID, the Black Lives Matter, and all that stuff like that, and all the killings. That's what The Worst Day Ever centered around.
Okay.
So it's a movie and a lot of clips. That will probably be that'll probably come out maybe November or December.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, they pressed me for the poster now. I just was on the phone with Man and Quan tonight, so I know I got to take care of that. Another thing I'm working on is with director Michael Payton, who did the Murder Inc. documentary. So we're doing a documentary on the Sean. He's doing a documentary on the Sean Carter Foundation.
Okay.
And when they come to New York, because he's in LA, I handle the crew when we shoot in New York. So I was able to get blessed and do that project. Cream's project on this case, Kenneth Supreme McGriff. That's another documentary that should be coming out between now and October. Another docuseries called Born to Box with Curtis Stone. It's about 3-4 documentaries besides the movies that I'm working on. And of course, I'm gonna have some new projects coming, because they're in production now.
I'm glad you're busy because I know that as you keep doing more and more, you'll be able to explore more and grow more in your journey. I'll be watching, man. Like I said, I'm one of those people that I notice these things like early on. So I just know people and I see what's going on. So it's easy for me to kind of watch it and understand, okay, cool, and then watch the next one.
The hits is coming, bro. Like I did a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff before. That was training. That was on the job training.
facts.
If someone speaks to me, I don't even talk about those. I talk about them because we're in an interview. But again, like in my link tree, none of that stuff is on there. It's everything you starting with self-destruction.
Oh, yeah. All right,
That's
good. That's great.
that's
I'm
the
glad we
first
get.
one.
It's perfect because we could talk now and then we could talk in a year, on camera and you can
Oh,
see it. We're
I
going to talk
love that.
regardless, but, I'm just saying for people who don't know, y'all are going to know more and just spend some time, look into
Spend some
the
time.
work.
Follow me. Google me.
Yeah, come on now. For those who haven't seen your Vlad interview, you kind of mentioned you're Haitian born. You moved to New York 14, I believe.
Yeah, I moved to Boston when I was 2 and
Oh,
then
no.
New York
And
when I was about
then
14.
yeah.
We left
And
the country
have
when
you
I was
been big
2.
Queens ever since?
Big Queens, everything, ever since. South
Okay,
side.
cool.
We outside.
I love it. I love it. Yes. That's my favorite. It brings me back. You transition from, I would say,
A criminal background?
street activities. I don't know,
Yeah.
just street activities, and that's why I like Second Chance Entertainment
Yes.
Enterprises,
Yes.
and
That's
basically
where it comes from.
and now you've changed from that to bringing a positive light and talking about building back up the community, things that we need. I like the positive message in what you do and like what's your overall goal. Because I can see you're actually making an attempt a lot of people don't do. A lot of people are too lazy to do. It's actually like, use media to kind of put different ideas in people's heads that are more productive, even though it's like, it's hidden behind like little, because at the end of the day, it can't just be teachy, but I like how you hit a certain message and certain jokes that somebody from Southside Queens, who I could get with the joke, but I could also get the point of the joke. I see you have multiple projects coming out, but like, Jace, what is your dream? Like, where are you going to try to take it all the way?
I mean, listen, like I told you at the beginning, when you get to one place, it's like, oh shit, I need another place. So it's like another thing that helped me is, the team I have together, which Frank, uh, Phil, which is Fuzzy Media, True Light Films, like that's the nucleus of crew members that I work with. Linking up with people from Detroit also helped because their film game is a very serious game, and I've learned a lot of stuff from them. So, again, uh, Dennis Reed gave me the opportunity with Cream. Um, I'm sure it's going to be a banger.
Okay.
Um, had a lot of
Is that a Wu-Tang
difficulties.
reference?
Cream.
Is it cream? Is it cream or is it spelled cream like cash was everything was around me?
It's acronym.
It's the acronym, yes.
Cash
Sorry.
rules everything around me.
Cash
Yeah,
rules everything around me. Cream
yeah,
get the money, dollar.
yeah, we got the joint on Instagram. It's the Instagram page for it. But like I
Where'd you
said,
shoot
that's
that
coming
one?
out December. North Carolina,
Okay.
and Detroit.
Okay,
We had to do
bet,
two
bet.
pickup days. So
Okay.
the project was crazy. The terrain, it was just crazy. After the shoot was over, we had to do two pickup days. Then the
Yeah.
bank froze my account. I
Yeah.
got actors after me. I got crew after me. They froze my account for a month. The company is looking at me like, hold up, man. Did you see that Vlad interview? So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to watch this dude. And I'm just like, oh my God. It's just,
Nah.
but usually when you're going through all that trials, tribulations, and commotions, it usually turns out some fucking hot shit and dope shit. And I believe Cream is some dope shit. Because
Facts.
I've been looking at it the last couple of days because we're editing the last part, so I can see I can see the mistakes that was made in doing it, but you're not gonna know them.
Nah, yeah, we're
I
gonna
know
enjoy
them,
it, man.
and they're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
The movie's crazy. So like I said, I'm just trying to bring hit after hit after hit after hit, like artists, album after album after album.
Nah, facts. We'll be entertained for the near future on the projects that you have coming up. Anybody who just wants to learn film or maybe be a part of
Send
the
them.
crew, sending them your way. Anybody who just needs to watch something a little different and with a message that's funny, I think you'll definitely get a lot of viewers in terms of, I'm sending it with a 7, from my end. Like I said, I'm trying to support it anyway. You've been a major part in like kind of what I did in the beginning with that birthday event, and then just in general, anytime I needed any type of advice, and when I started to get into the film stuff, you were also an ear and you tried to help out in any way, which I appreciate. A very legendary individual here we have here, very big queens, like I said, entrepreneur, positive message. These are the type of people I want to talk to and kind of connect with, because, people kind of put a negative stigma on the nightlife, and they kind of talk about it like, people are in here, everybody's horny and not trying to do nothing good for each other. There's a lot of people out there who are actually very positively impacting, and making changes. I just like to shine a light on y'all.
Yeah, you have your good and your bad, whatever you're doing. One thing I like to say, like when you're sending people to me, I just want people to know, right? There's no disrespect to anyone, right? But people will look and be like, yo, he's doing his thing. I'm still grinding. I still got levels. I don't want you to call me, say, hey, I want you to partner up to make your dream come true, because I did that already. I'm trying to make my dream come true.
Exactly.
So if you wanna call me to help me make my dream come true so that we could win, because you know how many phone calls I get, yo, I got the joint that's gonna change your life, change your career, and do this and do that. And I know people at Netflix, and I know this, and so why are you talking to me, bro?
Yeah,
Because my team has to get paid, because we do that kind of work. So, I just want people to know, like, you can contact me.
Oh no, I'm only sending good people. I ain't gonna say crazy stuff. I got you.
No. Listen, I'm just saying.
Nah, but I know what you mean. Some people just want to,
I was getting phone calls after self-destruction dropped. It's like, and I'm like, huh? Like, yes, we're gonna meet, and I'm gonna speak to Caesar. And I said, well, Caesar just spoke to me at the fashion show and gave me his number. So what do I got to talk to you for if I can speak to Caesar directly? So you got to deal with all that, and it's just like, listen, bro, I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm trying to chase my dreams and build my dreams, and I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to help me. I can help you with suggestions, but don't think that I can help you by doing your project for you. And then you don't even have a script.
Yeah.
It's in my head.
That's the thing, man. You know what it is? What I love about the film production world is, as long as you're a good piece of, in the wheel of the whole machine, you can be a part of the machine. A lot of people, they want to just be the head of it, or they want to get their stuff off. And you got to realize, like, it takes a whole team. And even what would you rather do? Like, be a part of a team that does something really inspiring, or just, be that guy who's just like, oh, I just want to do, my project. You know what I'm saying? If you actually can humble yourself and be a part of something like, like what you're doing.
Be a part of something great.
You could be about something great. You can enjoy yourself, have a great crew to be a part of a movement. I just always experienced that too in terms of promotion. People wanted to do events with us, or, do things because they knew it would help them. And that's why I kind of tried to not do that many events with other people. I tried to build within and have a team of promoters that we could all eat together. We did a couple collabs because we definitely had a lot of friends and different people that we genuinely showed love to. Sometimes it's better to be a part of a movement, like, because I look at NWP sometimes and I'm like, I would have been any part of that movement. It was fun, and it was a great vibe. And, coming from actually going to, like if you were there when it was the Vibes party, and then if you were there at Juve and Amadeus and stuff like that, you kind of saw that you were part of something bigger. I don't even consider myself. I consider it's this whole thing by itself. Like, I don't really, but so definitely, man, when they come to step to Luc, listen, don't be asking for handouts and trying to get your project started. Help him out. Help him get his stuff off. He already got the infrastructure. He already got stuff funded. Like, it'll be easier, you know what I'm saying?
It'll be easier fit. Quick story.
Go ahead.
When I first came home, I met Curtis Schoon. So Curtis Schoon spoke to me. This is how I did get on American Gangster. And I was like, yo, you so far ahead, I might as well get in the car with you. Instead of me starting over, because you're about 2 or 3 years ahead of me. So why am I going to try to put my stuff with you? I'm going to help you do your stuff, and that way I'm going to learn. And he'll tell you that story, and that's how I got on American Dancer. That's how I became hired from a producer. That's how I worked on Black, White, and Blue with him. That's how I'm working on Born the Box with him, because that's the attitude I came with.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's just an example, of what you could do. And like I said, this guy has flown me to all over the world to film. Vegas.
Hmm.
We went and filmed Sammy the Bull. We went to Phoenix. We went to, like,
Facts.
this boxing documentary is just crazy. But that's
Yeah,
because I was able to understand, if you want someone to invest in you, you got to invest time in them. And then they might
exactly.
invest money into you. But no one is going to give you nothing.
Exactly.
You have to earn that. So you
That is
can't
something
say,
a
I
lot
got
of
to,
people need to learn.
yeah, you can't say I got an idea and it's going to make you rich. Your idea, once you give me your idea, it's not your idea no more. Then you're going to say I stole it. Because if you don't have no money, it ain't yours. Whoever
Yeah.
puts up the money, it's theirs. You're
Hmm.
going to get a percentage. So the
Hmm.
first thing you got to do is don't come to someone like that, like you got an idea and this and that, and you're looking forward to finance. Because if I had the bread to do this stuff, maybe I would take on some of these other projects, but they wouldn't be your projects no more once you give me your idea.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. People, we're learning. I think life teaches people too, but at the same time, you learn. You don't get something for nothing, and
No.
if you do get something for nothing, you're gonna end up getting nothing for something or something
Mm,
like that. I heard something like that before.
yeah.
But
And,
yeah. And also you can have while also giving. Some people feel like,
yes.
oh, if I give my time up and I work as a gaffer on a couple of events here, or maybe I try to do BTS or whatever for Luke, that you meet people and those people also have talents and that might help you get further along in your journey. You could help people and get places. I just feel like,
Listen, you
uh,
got to do things. Shaft's project, Sisters Keeper. It was
yep.
like we're gonna be partners and we're gonna split the back ends. He had to
Mm,
get his money first, so I got no money shooting 10 episodes. Right? He didn't come out with his streaming platform, so we had to go to somewhere else. He's still not recouped, which means I didn't get no money, but I got experience. I
exactly.
got to deal with someone. I helped make him some money. I mean, don't he looked out, but again, if I have my I's dotted and my T's crossed, I can call him and say, hey, maybe this can interest you. And if I can show him a
Exactly.
profit margin, then he might can work with it. So that's what I got from that, is that I got contacts and people I can call. The Supreme
Exactly.
documentary that was on Showtime. They called, I helped. I didn't get any money. I didn't get any credit, but I got contacts.
Hmm.
So it's like you got to know what you have, and you have to be able to work what you have. Like you got to be, don't be in your imagination and think that something is when it's not, because
Nah,
trust
facts. You
me, the
gotta.
reality, you have to be a realist, because if you're not a realist,
Hmm.
they you're gonna be pushed
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, you play in a whole different game in this world if you are not a realist, especially in the film world. You really got to cut all the ego stuff and all the, oh, my idea is the best idea and I just need to have an idea. You really need to have a network and you really
Hmm.
need to have experience before you even have any money. Money doesn't do much. Like I said, I got a
Hmm.
couple cameras, I got this and that, but I realized like, okay, well, what I value the most was the experience. The cameras and all that stuff don't really do nothing until you learn why and how to use them and certain things.
Hmm.
I'm very, very grateful for Wavy and the cast, Holly and Coco for even being a part of that
Where is
mini
that
short. It
project
was
at?
like, we
Where's it
shot
at?
it. It was, man, I have clips of it. I literally have it edited down to like, I just didn't like how it flowed in terms of the writing. So I felt like, I mean, I could still honestly put it out. It wasn't super dated. It was like after the pandemic.
How long is it?
It's about 60 minutes, 70 minutes.
Come on,
We
bro.
sh-
Let me get that, kid. Let's put that on Tubi, man. Let's get that money back.
Hey man, listen, I can send you. Listen, I'll get you the stuff. We go over it. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's already shot. I mean, it's cool. Like I enjoy, and like I said, I was just a little picky, a little perfectionist about it, but I did enjoy the experience. We shot some scenes in this white guy's mansion. He was watching Fox News. I was interested that he actually let us rent the spot, but he was pretty cool. This older white guy. We were in like Malvern or something in Long Island. Nice little house out there with a pool. We should have shot outside. We did shoot a good amount inside. We had, Sarah was in there too, starring Sarah. You'll see the concept that, hey, maybe we will get it on Tubi. That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. All I need is a poster, a trailer, and the content.
That's
Boom.
facts.
And
That's
you
facts.
off.
We gonna talk about that one because I know they're
Okay.
gonna want that out too. It was good though. That experience itself, it got me to do other things. Like I shot, I've been shooting like certain projects on the side. I did a USPS event in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I just shot out the video for it. But my boy's he's a producer, McCain. He shout out to McCain. You know, he helped out with a lot of things when I did an event in New Year, called New York Eve. That's still my event. So when I throw that event, they'll steal my event name. Anyway, but yeah. So basically, I've shot like a couple things here and there. I got a couple, equipment set up, but like I said, the experience is what I've really gotten the most reward out of all the people. I'll meet somebody, and that'll bring me to another thing that I might be able to do, or this and this and that. And like, you got to really connect the dots, whether it's film or nightlife. You really just got to be able to put yourself out there and not really, understand that the money is not the overall thing. Money you put in your pocket, it comes out of your pocket. The connections and the people that you can talk to, definitely like where you get a lot of value for sure.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I was long-winded on that one.
All good.
There's a little bit of a distance in terms of, I know like probably when you were outside doing like events and parties, I wasn't there yet, but I have to ask this question. Who are your top 5 legends of the nightlife? So who are the people that maybe when you were outside or
When
just
I was
individuals? Yeah.
When I was out, I worked with Ray DeJean. That was doing comedy shows, and he's still doing it.
Okay. Ray DeJean?
Yeah, Ray DeJean. He's still doing
Okay.
comedy shows.
So that's one.
I worked with Littles, who still has the agency. They do shows in Miami and upstate New York.
Okay, Littles.
They're still going strong.
Okay.
Hollywood Chuck.
Hollywood Chuck.
Yeah.
Yes, I know
Been
Hollywood
around-
Chuck.
It's been around for the longest.
Yep.
And Rip Michaels.
Rip Michaels. I've seen Rip Michaels flyers.
And he's selling out stadiums now.
Okay.
So all these people that I started with, they went on to do.
That's 4.
major
That's good
stuff.
though. This is crazy. That's why you're in the right.
Who was the other manager in them days?
I gotta go back
it would
and
be, It would be Rope-a-Dope.
Rope-a-Dope.
Yeah, Rope-a-Dope.
Where were these promoters promoting at the time?
Rope-a-Dope was doing and he still does that boat ride in June. And that's when
Okay.
I
Is
first
that on
seen
one of the
all-white.
like horn blowers?
Yes,
Okay. Is it the Infinity?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, I love that Affinity, man. All right, cool. You are a nightlife legend yourself, but you could even see just by your connections who you kind of was out with that you guys kind of laid the path for younger individuals.
I gotta say, the real number one was Chaz Williams, but he's passed away. That's who
Okay,
brought
rest in
Snoop.
peace, Chaz.
That's who brought Snoop out to Queens when Death Row
Okay.
first came out. That's what helped form the alliance with the East Coast and Suge Knight. So when
Okay.
they said it was a East Coast West Coast beef, it wasn't with. Really, there wasn't one. That was just the media because Suge would come
Yeah.
here on a regular basis.
Facts.
He might not have dealt with Puff and them, but he was coming over here and dealing with us.
No, okay. And yeah, rest in peace, Chaz, man. He was a major figure.
Oh yeah,
what
Parties
was his
in
story?
Queens. Parties was in Queens, and Parties was in. This is before he did the record label. He was doing parties in Vegas. Every Mike Tyson fight. When Naughty by Nature went on tour, he had an after party in every city.
Okay.
So yeah, he was by far. This is like the early. This is like the '90s.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no, I definitely could tell that time period.
Yeah, his party was his parties was crazy. That was the parties to go to for the whole. If he was if he was in the movies, if he was in the music industry, if he was whatever he was doing, the top of the tops went to those Black Hand parties, and from there he developed it and made it a label.
Yeah, it's a very, for me, I love party history. So like I said, that type of stuff, I like to look into that, and I just like to know because there's a lot of these things laid the groundwork for the amazing things that got to happen later on. So definitely good to hear that and even speak that name because now I got some more, I could do a little research.
Oh, yeah, do some research on Trafalgar Square. That's what they used to call the joint by the Long Island Railroad. That's what it was called when Snoop came.
Okay.
Trafalgar Square.
Fire.
I think he made like 200 that night.
200,000?
Yes.
Ooh, I like those numbers.
Yes.
200K in a night.
Yeah, it was crazy to get in to get in there. No tickets were sold out. Come on, that don't matter. Get on this line, pay this amount. You know how that goes.
Nah, facts.
First
100.
time, first time Snoop was in New York, shh, and
Oh
he had just
man.
dropped two Dog Pound Days.
Okay. I would say comparable to me, what my story is like that is 2017 Culture Migos album dropped.
Yes, yes,
Yes, that was like
yeah.
one of the first times after, they was really, really hot. They got really, really hot. Bad and Bougie was out for about maybe a month, but I was already blowing up. And I remember that January they came into town, January 13th, and we had them at Space Ibiza. That was one of the parties. That was a very great event. Just bringing like somebody like that, of that caliber. We kind of knew ahead of time. We didn't realize the impact like the Migos was gonna have. We did though. We picked them for a reason, and the way the situation happened, how I ended up getting it. It was really last minute. We had about 10 days to promote that event. Ended up packing out. Shout out a lot of people. One of my my best clients there. I remember he spent about $7,500 on the table and ended up spending like $10K that night. I'm not gonna say his name because he is in. I think he's in the F buildings on Rikers. I don't know. He'll be back sooner than he probably should, but there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so I remember selling bottles and we brought the Migos out, and that type of effect was probably what I could feel is comparable of like somebody bringing out like a Snoop or something like that. Did you hear about that event, or did you know about that?
I what year was that?
Probably not. Yeah, it was 2017. It was in
2017.
Space Ibiza.
I was deep into the movies. I wasn't going out. So like when you in the film game, the way that I'm in it is like all I do is this is my desk, a bunch of scripts,
Watching the dailies and reading the script.
watching the dailies on my
Facts.
iPad, on my phone, to the kitchen. Sometimes I might go upstairs to the bed in the loft. Sometimes I don't even make it. I just jump on the couch.
Nah, yeah, I feel you. I got my little editing station here every time if I edit a project or something like that. But I definitely want to just gain more experience in general. And like I said, anything I can do to help in terms of what you got going on, your family. So
I mean, what I want, and I think I saw this other podcaster. I think it was Coach PR. I don't know if you're familiar with him. I think he does something at 80 Studios. So he said, whenever you want to come on, let me know. And I said, nah, bro, with the work that I'm going to put out, you're going to call me to be on. And that's when I want to come on. So if you see some good work, because what I noticed, and my partner Bug, I was like, yo, bro, everybody's sharing this. And I said, yeah. And we're not asking them to. They like it, so they're sharing it. So it's like an organic roll, and it's moving. Because I can remember that Friday, the commercial break was one commercial. Now the commercial breaks is three commercials because people are watching it. People are spreading it. So we just need it to be spread more and more and more. And it's more like this really wasn't no market dollars. It's just word of mouth that's going to make this organically like something for the culture. And
facts.
that's why we're just so super duper proud of it. From the beginning when we was doing it, I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous because I'm usually doing the gunplay or something else because I'm coming from the streets. So to delve into something comedic plus enlightening, it was the first time and it was just different. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm thinking like, okay, I don't want the color to be so dark because I want it to be inviting to the audience when they see it. And when we're doing uh, black cinema or dramas, like the color is going to be much darker. Like you'll see the difference between Better Than My Last when it drops the color and Self-Destruction. And that's just something that I said to myself. I don't know if I'm right or wrong because this is my first time doing a comedy.
Nah,
But the
facts.
but the other thing that was good about this comedy is that sometimes you get comedies that you have to get the actor to bring out the comedy. This one, the script was already funny. You was already dying when you was laughing at the script. That it was just like, okay, it's
Nah,
not.
facts.
That's half the job there. I don't got to find someone that's gonna make it funny because it already is funny.
Facts.
They just got to deliver it, and they
Yeah,
did.
man. Definitely on that note, like I said, everybody go watch Self-Destruction on Tubi.
Yes, watch Self Destruction on Tubi.
It's pretty
Tell a
simple. You just
friend,
download the app, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's very
and
easy,
it's free.
and it's free. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
You throw
cost
it
you
on,
nothing.
throw it on, have a good laugh, man, during your workout or just when you're in the home, you know, chilling or going on a walk, whatever. Definitely check that out and be on the lookout for other projects that Luc has coming out. Better Than My
Better Than
Last
My
and
Last, Sin, and
Cream.
Cream.
Yeah, man. Anything else you want to shout out before we get out of here? I think we
I
covered.
want to shout out. I want to shout out you. I want to shout out Rich in the Hood podcast with my godson Kyle and my young protege. Or I won't even call him a protege. My young brother Valtown. They're doing
Mm-hmm.
their thing. He's doing this thing with Rich in the Hood podcast. Documentary series.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to shout them out. Of course, I want to shout out True Life Films. I want to shout out Frank Blemman. I want to shout out Fuzzy Media. I want to shout out the wife.
Definitely.
Want to shout out the kids, the grandkids. Y'all keep me pushing. I want to shout out, the talent that's been with me since day one, which is Kaya and Coco and Anthony and, Wavy, everyone else. I want to shout out the Dirty D, the city of Detroit. You guys have welcomed me in open arms. Mina, Crystal, KDZ, uh, Dennis Reed, Sonia, everyone at D2 Productions, Homestead.
Mm.
Y'all have made it happen. My man Rob from Clubhouse, you've also helped me tremendously with this film and introducing me to that. Kiki Swinson, Nikki Turner, uh, Kwame T, who writes most of my scripts.
Ooh.
Wahida Clark, like I said, me and Nikki's supposed to have something coming up in the fall. So look for that press release to be released.
Facts.
All these people that I've talked about are New York Times best-selling authors, and
Mm-hmm.
it's much easier to get a budget when you have a New York selling best-selling author writing a script for you, because the name is already there until I can build my name up when I can get that money too. So
That's facts.
just gotta keep working.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, if anything, like I said, they'll learn that if you don't have a long
Collaboration.
list of people to shout out,
Yeah.
you're
Gotta
not
shout
doing
out Bug
something
Out.
right.
Gotta
Yeah, and
shout out
shout out Bug Out too.
Bug Out and Papa for putting the self-destruction film together. Don Kwan, Sean Baker for Better Than My Last, and my man Yui and Win, AB again. AB wrote Self-Destruction. She helped write the screenplay for Cream, and she directed Sin. So like all these people, everyone that I named, we're very interactive in what we're doing. And to my people that, live that life with me, shout out to you guys. I'm gonna make you guys proud, and I'm good with it.
Yeah, man. Definitely glad to sit down and talk to you, and I appreciate your time. Your story is very great, amazing. There's definitely more to it. Shout out the Vlad TV interview. Shout out, just watching all the other content that you have out there. But I'm glad we got to kind of recap how we started and knowing each other and kind of go back over that because I always remember that event and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Glad to have you, and we're signing off, man. Legends of the Nightlife. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.